asked you, what would you do for we the people, your people? What would your priorities be if you were elected leader of America?
I'm ignoring you on purpose.
Do you know a man who had a vasectomy that was close to you in your life, Kristen?
What disqualifies you from the vasectomy? Ongoing pain in the testicles or testicular disease?
Do you think it's wrong for a man to cream pie a woman, tell her he loves her, even though he's had a vasectomy, and says, I want to have kids with you and I want you to be the love of my life, will you marry me? But secretly he's been vasectomized? Do you think that's
Oh,
immoral?
you can get the cost of a vasectomy at a Planned Parenthood can vary depending on factors such as location, insurance. But I went to the Planned Parenthood site, and it didn't say anything about vasectomies.
That's because they deal primarily with aborting children, little babies. They suck them out. They use a Da Vinci machine. They use forceps and scissors, and they just rip that little baby right out of that uterus.
I'm kind of thinking that if somebody had a vasectomy, there would be a problem.
This was my whole point, Kirsten. Like, this was literally my whole point that I was trying to make. Okay, if Planned Parenthood, it was in the line of business in offering and providing vasectomies, they wouldn't have a reason to do abortions. Okay, the same type of people that subscribe to Planned Parenthood are the same type of people that, quite frankly, looking at the history, don't want to have children. So, I mean, to me, listen, I'm standing 10 toes down. It was always designed to kill children and to further investigating how they can end pregnancies in the womb. The only reason why they offer these additional services such as STD testing and all this other bullshit is because they wanted the federal funding.
This is the weirdest conversation ever.
I'm gonna ask Grok how much Medicare Medicaid spends annually on birth control and abortions. Let me go ahead and ask. Any guests over 10 billion, under 10 billion? Anybody? Anybody?
Why advocate for vasectomy? That's weird.
She hasn't even gotten to the chemical castration part. Vasectomy would be kind. I think she also probably endorses chemical castration.
Let me tell you how sick. Roger, let me ask you a question. Have you heard of this new male birth control pill?
Male birth control pill. What is it?
Yes. Well, I mean, it's funny that John just mentioned chemical castration. It's supposed to be a male equivalent to the female birth control pill. So, I mean, the only way that I think that it could probably accomplish that is if you lower sperm count so far low that you're going to, you know, you're going to ensure that nobody can get pregnant. I mean, I'm trying to understand how that's going to be accomplished through pill form without chemically castrating a man.
And you wanted me to answer this question?
Well, don't forget, Plan B is a chemical castration, but that would be medical misinformation if you say that. So you can't. Therefore, mifepristone is not a chemical castration and doesn't cause women to become infertile. That is misinformation.
It's an abortifacient. But Mojo, my whole point is that they're now trying to push this male birth control pill that men are supposed to be able to take to prevent, you know, pregnancies in women. So I'm trying to understand how they're medically able to accomplish that without chemically castrating somebody or significantly lowering their sperm count.
I don't know if this is really a problem. I mean, my understanding is that men are having less and less sex. Like, I'm not even concerned about this. Men are having.
I'm reading that it lowers the body's testosterone production temporarily, which also lowers sperm production. Right.
This is worse than going on a soy diet, Akima. Like I'm telling you, they're trying to make them trans.
Yeah, that's the vasectomy doesn't do that.
So Roger, now, do you have a problem with this? They're creating a male birth control that's going to lower male testosterone and reduce the sperm count. You don't see a problem with this? I mean, Roger, you're the first one to say that you feel like testosterone levels in the average millennial and new generation of males is significantly lower to the point where they're a bunch of pussies. Now, in order for them to be incentivized by getting pussy and not having to wear condoms, they're taking male birth control, which is effectively going to turn them into said pussies. Like this is wild. Thank you for actually adding that context, Akima.
Hey, you crazy as hell sometimes, but you might be on to something. Like lowering testosterone production temporarily. I mean, everybody knows it's temporarily. Once you keep using it, become permanent.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, if you suppress it so long, it definitely will become permanent. Yeah, that's but my whole problem would be with the person that decides to take it. Like, if you decide to take it, that's just a you problem. Like, I don't think they should make it before they got a right to, but like the person that takes it is the dummy. Like, I mean, nobody's forcing you to do no dumb shit like that.
And that's where the vasectomy is perhaps more of an option, because there's no chemical stuff going on that lowers testosterone, and the success rates are generally higher than when they in reversal, when it is done within 10 years of the original.
Fascinating, Kristen.
What's wrong with condoms? Condoms actually work.
Condoms are great. I love good condoms.
Yeah, you can get a vasectomy reversal within, after 10 years.
Wow.
That's incredible.
Okay, Kristen, listen to this Grok question. Hey, Grok, how much does Medicare, Medicaid spend annually on vasectomy, abortions, and birth control? This is Grok's response. Medicare does not cover vasectomies or elective abortions. Only hide exceptions, negligible spending. Birth control covered under Part D, no specific annual figure, but total Part D spending annually is $130 billion. That's just on birth control. This is Medicaid. Covers vasectomies and birth control as family planning. $2 billion estimated total in recent years, and abortions limited. States spend $71 million murdering babies in 2015. It's kind of outdated. So about $100 million a year in abortions, and about $130 billion a year. It doesn't make sense. There's no two. Anyways, the number about birth control is shocking. Nobody could guess it was about $130 billion a year in pills for young women that want to fuck without a condom.
No, so does it give you, and see, this is where you need to learn if you're running for Congress. What is considered an abortion on those itemized expenses? Okay, what is also considered birth control? Because in these people's sick, deranged mind, they could be patting the books and considering early term abortions as birth control and late term abortions as abortions.
I agree. My previous Grok or previous research is that we spend $1 billion a month and murder about 80, I think it was 60,000 to 80,000 babies a month in the United States. So it's a $12 billion a year program to murder about 1 million people a year in this country. Yep, you file your IRS income tax statement annually, And a small little percentage of that, which totals about $1 billion a month, goes towards murdering 60,000 little innocent babies and beautiful little American vaginas.
Kristen over there researching away.
I am. So sorry.
You went down a rabbit hole, didn't you?
I did. Yeah, there's a success. Vasectomy reversal success rates range from 60 to 95%.
Well, I know, but that's not really good odds when you're talking about like permanent steroid people. I don't know. I have to fall back on the whole. Why can't people just use condoms?
Oh yeah, of course they can use condoms. They do what they do.
Yeah. I don't know that I'd be promoting my boys to go and get snipped on a pregnancy.
You see what I'm saying, serendipity? This is why I brought it up, okay? Because it's going to create bigger social problems and biological problems or biochemical problems for a lot of young men. A lot of young men are going to be sold the bag of goods, and a lot of young ladies in taking that early freaking birth control that gave a lot of women cancer and freaking gave them weight problems and shit like that, and they're going to lower the testosterone of young men. That is why they're doing this.
And it's already been lowered over the course of the last few decades.
Yeah, the chemical one definitely does. Absolutely. But the regular snip doesn't do that.
Hey, Adams, what is your position on rape, incest, selective mother and danger?
So here's the thing. Personally, I don't feel like a tragedy should be met with another tragedy. That's just my personal opinion.